What is up, everyone? We continue with Pluribus, episode 6. The last episode, which was also technically like the halfway point of the first season, we end with Carol discovering something. We can have a couple of guesses on what it may be. Dead people. It could not be dead people actually, but very strong indications nonetheless. But yeah, so far, we've already crossed like the halfway point of the first season. I've been really enjoying Pluribus. I really do. It's been really fun to watch the show. I haven't really engaged with the community all that much, but just going through social media while trying to stay away from spoilers as as best that I can. I don't know. There's a couple of things that caught my eye, particularly that some people find the show to be rather boring. I don't really share the same sentiment. I mean, I'm really enjoying the show. It's also like one of those shows where you get more enjoyment if you actually engage with it. Like kind of like how I do it, like trying to analyze the show, trying to dissect some some of the characters, maybe just appreciating the cinematography and trying to look into like what like the visual storytelling and why they do certain shots in certain ways and whatever, because I don't know, it's just one of those shows. If you're just watching it for the sake of watching it, I I feel like you're not getting the full experience, you know um because if you're just watching it for the sake of watching it, I can kind of see how some people will find it boring, but I'm not those people. I'm having a blast a lot of the times in this show, even when Carol is just doing mundane stuff. Like that's like one of the best parts of the show. So yeah. Um but regardless, I just want to point it out there, like seeing some stuff online and people having their takes and whatever. Like people are entitled to their own opinions, and I am entitled to say that those opinions are kind of wrong. Anyways, let us continue on with Pluribus, season 1, episode 6. All right, continuing immediately where we left off in the last episode. Oh, that was beautifully shot. Oh, this music.
Yeah. This way. That is not a butterball turkey. I'll tell you that much. What are they doing with all this, huh? Guess. Fucking guess. Because this whole place is filled with human bodies.
Uh-huh.
It is a meat grinder the size of a bus, and vats, cooking vats, and wait till you see what's inside those.
Oh, what a transition. Yeah, maybe don't call humanity in this case. She's gonna have to deliver it on her own. Yep. Pack your things. We're going out of Albuquerque. Ah, right. That was a great shot. Always love it when they do sort of, when they do shots like that. It happened a lot with in Breaking Bad and what I've seen from Better Call Saul. You know what I mean. Oh, Elvis. Oh my. Somebody's cosplaying as a Elvis there. Oh my god. The eye patch? Oh, this is Kumba? Of course.
Monsieur?
What is he trying to live his James Bond Casino Royale fantasy right now?
Vous êtes sûr?
Dude is living. I mean, he's living his dream, I guess, his fantasy. But like, for humanity, this is all just it's all just pretend. Like, it's not really real, right? Oh, oh my God, yo! How much of that is set up?
Mon gars, reste dans ton personnage.
Okay, that's funny. Stay in character. But is that... I don't know, man.
Enchanté.
His reaction when they're not in character?
La prochaine fois.
Like, he does not like that. Like, he's aware that he's living the fantasy, but he's trying to fool himself. Wow. Playtime's over. Oh my. Oh man, look at how empty. Look at how empty Vegas is. Place your bets, please.
Hello? Why'd you stay?
To welcome you.
No thanks. I appreciate that. Do you, have a TV in this barn?
Show off.
Impressive. Let's just say it's disturbing, because I am telling you what you are about to
Is
witness.
this about them eating people?
What?
It is troubling.
Wait, how could you?
Oh, you knew. Does everybody knew?
Hello, Carol. We're John Cena. Here to address some questions you may be having regarding our food supply.
I can't take this seriously.
We can't harvest wheat or corn or rice.
Okay, yeah.
We can't pluck an apple from a tree. Once an apple drops of its own accord, well, we'll eat it, of course, and gratefully. This is how we get our sustenance. 1/2 pint of this shelf-stable liquid contains 300 calories, human-derived protein. And yep, that's pretty much what it sounds like. Nearly 100,000 people pass away each day due to natural causes and accidents. Given our druthers, would we choose to consume HDP? No, but we're left with little choice. Rest assured, Carol, you will never have to consume this product. Not unless you want to, which we assume is unlikely. We will continue to reserve only the freshest, best windfall and stockpiled foods for you.
But what happens when the stockpile is depleted?
We regret not being able to speak to you directly, but for the time being, we need our space.
Thank you, John Cena, for the exposition.
So you knew all about this?
Crazy.
Out of curiosity, I asked John Cena,
I
why do people drink so much meat?
asked John Cena directly.
How about the fact that in Spain, they all said they were vegetarians?
Ah, yes, I asked John about that. He reminded me that technically what they said was that they would prefer to be vegetarian. I am in no way pleased with the idea of these people eating human flesh. None of us are.
Us?
They all knew.
Who's us?
So Carol was the only one who was left out of all of this.
You stay in touch?
Mm-hmm.
All 12 of you?
All but one. There's a gentleman in Paraguay.
Of course.
Chaperones reach out, but he doesn't reply.
What, you just hang out?
Including the 8-year-old? Or like the child?
Mostly we're on Zoom.
Oh. Right.
John Cena did not mention is that even with the HDP, most of the world's population will starve to death within the next 10 years.
Says who?
Says them.
Okay.
We wish to save them from that.
Ooh.
At our most recent gathering, we pitched the idea of robotic farming.
Did you guys ever talk about including me in the Zooms?
We took a vote. It was not unanimous.
Hmm.
Also, our non-English speakers were perhaps a bit offended that you did not invite them to join us in Spain. I'm sorry, Carol.
Where's your nearest bathroom?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's the appropriate reaction for seeing that. Oh wow. Wow, look at this. I love that shot. This shot. Oh, he's the one cooking by himself. That bacon? Bacon and eggs.
Thanks.
Oh, is that avocado as well? Oh my god, that looks delicious. Oh, he's copying her. Ah.
So,
What are your plans?
Well, I'm sure you need a break from me.
Maybe you will have some ideas on how to save these people from starvation.
I don't know. Maybe tell them to pick a fucking apple.
Wow.
Well, once they turn us, we're gonna starve right along with them. You thought of that?
They cannot turn us. Not without our consent.
Elaborate?
What do you mean?
Did they already
It seems
figure it
the
out?
only way to make the virus work on us is by tailoring it to our individual stem cells. But to obtain those stem cells, they must first collect them from our bodies. Something they cannot do without our permission.
When did you find this out?
They made this discovery only yesterday. They are not pleased about it, I can assure you. I said, regrettably, as of this time, I prefer not to.
I mean, why would he? Look at the blocking
me.
in this, by the way.
Is it true that you need our stem cells to turn us into you?
Carol?
That is correct. On both accounts. Okay. This changes things.
I am officially going on record that I do not consent. You will not lay a finger on me.
Okay. Kumba, though.
This is your vehicle? Interesting choice.
You too.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This dude.
For what it's worth, the world is doing the best it can. It misses you.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Manosus. I hope I'm saying his name right. I wonder how he's gonna react to Carol's messages, though. Obviously, he's gonna get them, right? That might be important for later. I mean, it is important. I mean, they're focusing on it. That specific, what, radio wavelength? And here's the messages, I assume. The video recordings. Here we go.
To my 12 fellow survivors,
12?
greetings.
Wow,
I'm
he doesn't
Carol
even
Stern.
know.
Some of you know me. Some of you I've yet to meet. There is a way to undo this situation, to turn the world back the way it's supposed to be. What is this solution exactly? That they didn't tell me. But they so resisted telling me that everybody suddenly burst into tears. Realize some of you think the world might be better off this way, with all the newfound peace, love, and understanding. Enjoy that opinion. Relish it. Because it may be the last one you ever possess.
Wow. He's going. This is the first time that he's, that he's outside the comforts of his own house, of his own home. But at least, the thought of you're not the only one in the world right now, right? That may give him, a sense of comfort. Like he's not alone. He's not the only one who's not part of the hive mind. Oh. His house? His actual house?
Si hay alguien acá, le aconsejo que salga ya.
Is that a photo of him and his wife, perhaps? Okay. Is that a gun? That's hilarious.
Hola, hijo.
Oh.
Nos alegra mucho verte.
Usted no me llame hijo, que usted no es mi mamá. Mi mamá es una cabrona.
Wow. Wow. All right. I still can't believe they got John Cena. Great episode. All right, that was Pluribus, season 1, episode 5. Mystery solve, I guess. There's no need to further the investigation because as John Cena has graciously explained in the episode, yeah, we're eating other people. Cannibalism, baby. Jeez. Kumba and the guy from Paraguay, Manosos, I believe is his name again. I apologize if I butchered his name. Those two characters are really interesting in this episode. But we'll talk about them later. Carol, I really love how this episode was hammering down the fact that she is very lonely. Even more so in this episode because of the revelation that, oh yeah, all of the other 11 survivors, they're hanging out. They were having Zoom calls. Carol's not invited. Like, the feeling of being left out? Duh. I mean, first you got, like, the hive mind just trying to get away from you because of your, let's just put it, because of her, actions, because of her, currently aggressive personality towards them, And now you got the rest of humanity, the other 11 survivors, who don't like you just because they don't like you. At least humanity has, a reason to want to distance themselves from you, if you get what I mean. But the 11, I mean, sure, you got like Lakshmi and all of the other, some, there's maybe like one or two people who just don't like Carol there. But some of the other ones, they don't like her because she didn't invite them to Spain, which, okay, I guess I get it, but it really hammers down like how lonely she is. And I really love how they portrayed that in this episode. I love how that moment when she was in the bathroom all alone and then she finally breaks down, like that was so raw and so real. Like I feel her desperation, I feel her emptiness. Like she has no one, right? Which brings me to Kumba. Kumba is in this really interesting spot to me because one, he is fully aware of the fantasy that he is living in right now, right? But anytime that fantasy breaks, anytime reality slips in, right? He immediately, he hates that, right? He wants to stay blissfully ignorant of the fact. Like he knows what is going on, but he refuses to believe it, right? He is playing make believe, is what I'm trying to say. Because look, he basically got in his mind, like a lot of power, right? Humanity cannot hurt him. Now we got the reveal that you need to consent to join the hive mind, to which he declines for the time being, which he could just extend forever, I don't. Some of the other survivors, I would probably assume they would just give their consent because they just want to be closer to their family members, right? But Kumba, no. Because again, like as I mentioned during the reaction, why would he? Why would he join the hive mind when he can keep his individuality, know that he is out of harm's way because humanity will protect him and humanity will do whatever he wants, though I would probably imagine there will be some forms of limitations to that, like if you push it too far. But I don't know, because with Carol, she tested that, right? Would you give me an atom bomb? And then humanity responded, well, if it makes you happy, then we'll give you an atom bomb. So where is the limit, right? With Kumba, I feel like that limit is going to be tested even more. Although I'm not really seeing that coming from him. I don't know. Like, a lot of times when we see Kumba, especially when we first met him in the second episode, I get that feeling like, oh, he is abusing his powers and whatever. But all of the times where we see him, he is always being presented as someone who is still, respectable towards humanity, if that makes sense. Like he's still not, like he's not completely innocent. Don't get me wrong, again, like he is abusing the powers that he has right now, his current position of being an individual that is not part of the hive mind, where the hive mind wants to provide as much happiness as possible towards him, right? Like he's living the best life imaginable. He's living in a really luxurious suite in Vegas. She got all the women around him, but it's not like we are seeing him like in any negative connotations beyond that. Like we're not seeing him like abusing people. We're not seeing him like just having sex all the time. Although it even humanity is like okay with it, as it was kind of established in the second episode. So again, like it's, for what it's worth, he is kind of balancing it all out, and he kind of got it all figured out, if that makes sense. Like he is kind of the opposite of Carol in almost every sense. Like he's okay with this. Like not only is he okay with this, but he is also, he knows what is going on with humanity, more or less so, with Carol. Carol has to figure shit out on her own. Whereas he just asked John Cena, so like, hey, cannibalism, how about it? And his response was also like, well, it is very disturbing, Carol. It is very disturbing, but But I'm very curious to know like where they're gonna go with his character in the future, because we're seeing cracks again. We're seeing those cracks of him being confronted with the fantasy that he created, and he does not like that. That's like one of his flaws, right? Playing make believe James Bond, during in the beginning of the episode, and when he did the royal flush and everybody's like, congratulations, yo. Even the villain was happy for him, and he was like, what are you doing, man? Stay in character. See, that part, I am feeling like we're gonna get more of that in the future, where time and time again humanity will drop the act, and he's gonna be annoyed by it because it defeats his vision, it defeats his purpose, it defeats his dream, right? This perfect world that he's trying to create for himself. And when that time comes, that's when we gotta see like where his character is gonna fall on. Like, is he gonna finally join Carol, or is he gonna be more irrational? Although I'm sensing more of that, of what I just said, more towards Manosos as opposed to Kumba, and I'll tell you why. Because Manosos is being set up now as this only other person who is ideologically aligned with Carol. Like, him watching the tape is like him realizing like, oh, I'm not the only one. Somebody has, like the same kind of, mentality as I am. Like, she gets me, like that feeling of like, oh, I need to meet with her right now. I want to talk to her right now. I want to discuss about like how we can help each other out, right? The difference between him and Carol, as I kind of mentioned when we were first introduced to him, he is more anti hive mind than Carol is. He locks himself up completely, whereas Carol is still engaging with conversations with the hive mind, maybe developing romantic interest with one of them because she's hot. You know what I mean? So I'm getting the feeling again. So I'm just gonna predict what I think is gonna happen to Manosos' character in the future. He is going to be an ally to Carol. He's going to be like main protagonist. He's gonna, he is going to be one of the main protagonists of the show, alongside with Carol, as they both kind of team up and try to figure this all out. But by the end of the series, I could see him becoming a villain instead, because there will be some disagreements between him and Carol in terms of like how to deal with humanity. I feel like his idea or his worldview is a lot more destructive than Carol, whereas Carol feels, even though she does not like her current situation, she's a lot more open to it. At least that's how I'm seeing her character arc is gonna go, because her character arc starts off, closeted, not closeted, closed off, right? She shuts herself off from the rest of humanity, and I feel like her character development is going to continue to the point where she is opening up about herself, and that's gonna be like the main story arc for her. Whereas with Manosos, I feel like that's gonna be the opposite, where he's gonna double down on the hate humanity camp, and he will become a problem, especially when, Zoja might be the source of conflict now that I think about it. Because hear me out. What would his response be, right, when he finally meets Carol, right? This person who he sees in the recording, and his first impression of Carol is like, oh, we are of the same mind. You hate humanity as much as I do. You want to reverse this this problem that we have. You want to reverse this effect, right? I want my family back as much as you do, and whatever, right? Like, what would happen when he realizes, when he sees that Carol is kind of sort of in love uh, with the hive mind, one of the hive mind, right? And that could dive into like this whole conflict of him telling Carol like Zoja is, she's not an individual and whatever, I mean, Carol's not in that stage yet. Carol is still, Carol still sees Zoja as the hive mind, but I would not be surprised if later down the line, as their relationship and their dynamic kind of grow and more, she sees Zoja more as an individual and less of the hive mind in question. That could spark some conflict between those two, between Zoja and between Carol and Manosos. Right, again, if those two end up becoming allies. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a bit spicy. That's gonna be a bit spicy, Man, I miss Zoja already. I miss Zoja already. We're like 2 episodes without her. But yeah, interesting episode development. Again, like I was not expecting them to fully answer our question from the last episode about like the human body parts or whatever. Like, there it is. I guess I don't really have to further elaborate or further discuss it because it's there it is. But no, actually, you know what? Speaking of, humanity is on a decline. That is something that they brought up in this episode that I find really interesting. Humanity cannot sustain itself as a hive mind, in the sense that the population is gonna drop dramatically because of the limitations that humanity set for itself. Like, what defines the hive mind, like, oh, we cannot kill people, we cannot eat living things, we can't even pluck an apple out of a tree, which, by the way, very interesting. I might be reaching here. Very interesting that they specifically chose the apple as the fruit of example, because that whole interaction between Carol and Kumba about her lashing out and saying, like, well, they should fucking pick an apple from the tree then if they can't survive, like, eat a fucking apple, that, again, I might be reaching, but that reminds me a lot of, the Genesis, Adam and Eve. Some biblical allegories here. I mean, I know it's not technically the apple; it's the fruit of knowledge, but we associate the fruit of knowledge from the book of Genesis with the apple a lot. Carol is seducing humanity to sin, right? Just pick the apple, just eat it. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with eating the apple? Just fucking eat it. You want to live, right? You want to survive. Eat the apple. That is the devil tempting humanity. Is Carol like... Is this what they're kind of setting up Carol to be? Like in terms of like what she kind of represents. Like if let's say humanity is on a clean slate right now, we factory reset humanity to their default settings, and this is what humanity is as a biological species. And then here comes Carol, who has knowledge of individuality, comes in and she goes, hey, it's okay to eat the apple. It's okay to eat meat. It's okay to sin. You know what I mean? Is she? Is this what the show is trying to set up? I don't know. I'm again, like, I might be reaching, but I don't... Choosing an app, like, they could have chosen any fruit. They could have chosen any example, but they chose an apple. I don't know. But we shall see. Carol being the devil. It does align well with a lot of other Vince Gilligan show that I've seen. You know, with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. You're not really following good people. You're following villains who just so happen to have good intentions, right? More or less. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you all think about this episode of Pluribus? See you all next time. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.